So we're in El Paso asking, how would you fix America?
Okay, first of all, we got to look and see what's wrong with America. I think that we need to look at our economic system, our legal system, and our social system, and find out exactly what the most serious problems are, what caused these problems, and then address the issues now, the symptoms now, and the reasons, the source of the problem ultimately. That would be the main thing. The way that I'd want to do that is, the first thing is to motivate people, which is exactly what we're doing. That's what we're all about, and that's how we got here. Somebody else motivated us. We saw something on the internet or on television or in the newspaper. I had a friend call me on the very first day of Occupy El Paso and say, "Wiley, there's something going on downtown that you need to go look at." I had no idea. I sold my television about 6 months ago. I had no idea any of this was going on. But a friend of mine called me, and then another friend had told me about a month ago, something's going on in New York that you need to be interested in, but I didn't look into it until this other friend said, you need to be downtown. I came down the following day and I immediately got involved because this is exactly what I've been fighting for all along. In 2005, I wrote a very short poem. I think I have it memorized. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
It's called The Corporate Gall. Gall as in G-A-L, as in how much gall do you have and what do you think you can do. The Corporate Gall. There's good stock in a new corporation with a fantastic plan for success. They're looking to suck up the oxygen than to sell it to us by the breath. The proceeds will buy politicians who will defend them against antitrust and open new roads for violations against all the good people like us. That's exactly what's happening, folks. The corporations are paying the politicians are making laws that enable corporations to take advantage of the public and steal our money. The only way that's going to change is if the people get motivated to look at the message, to meet together to find their mission and figure out how to fix this. The way it's going to be fixed is we have to educate the voters on the issues. Everybody has to vote and everybody has to know what they're voting about. If we do that, we'll keep an eye on the politicians. They won't be able to get away with the stuff that they're doing. After we separate the politicians from the corporations, then we can control the corporations with the laws that need to be in place to stop them from taking advantage of the people. There are a lot of laws that allow predatory practices. In particular, the criminal law for claiming fraud involves this. You have to prove that there was intent to defraud and deceive. It's so difficult in court to prove intent. Lawyers go into court and say, my client, this large corporation, didn't mean to rip off the millions of people. It was an accident, and they get to keep the money. They get off. They don't even have to return the money. In the Countrywide example, he allegedly stole, this is the president of Countrywide. He allegedly stole $429 million. The SEC caught him. They brought him down on it. He didn't have to admit guilt. He had to return $67.5 million. He returned $45 million and they fined him $22 million, total of $67 million. He got to keep $362 million of stolen money. He stole it from old ladies, or little old ladies, their life savings. He stole it from families' college funds. He stole it from everybody. Thousands of people lost their homes over this guy who stole their money, and the SEC let him keep it. Why? Because the law says you have to prove intent, and it's so hard to prove intent. Intent happens in the mind. How can we get into his mind and say he did mean it and he didn't mean it? That's the loophole. That's the major loophole in the law. That needs to be changed, and as soon as possible. People need to go to their city council meetings. They need to find out what's going on locally, spread to the statewide, and then we'll spread it federally. But it needs to start locally. Go to your city council meetings, everybody. Find out what's going on. Educate the voters, motivate the voters, get the vote out, and let the vote elect people that are responsible and reasonable people and honest people. Make them take an oath of honesty when they get into office. All of these things need to be taken care of, folks. That's how we can fix America.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And secondly, what is your occupation, and has your quality of life in this economy diminished or improved?
Well, as far as quality of life, I'll start by this. Yes, I'm out of work right now. I've been out of work for a number of years. The last job I had was as a television producer at a local TV station. That job ended. The TV station was in trouble financially, and my job ended along with a few other people who had just started to work there. That was part one. As far as my personal situation, I think a lot of you will relate to this. I still have not fully paid October's rent. Here we are almost at the end of October. I don't know what I'm going to do for November, but I'm going to have to scramble, obviously. I'm going to have to get out on the street and do something, find out jobs. But I know there's a lot of people in that situation, and I'm a professional. I'm college educated, but yet I can't pay my rent. There's a problem in this country. I've been looking for work, but unemployment in El Paso is over 10%. And all the professional jobs are absolutely taken up. Professional jobs are none anywhere in the city. So this is a problem I'm sure that's happening all over America, and we need to fix this, folks, and this is how we're going to fix this. First, the dialogue begins, people get together, we coalesce our message, then we take it to the city council. That's how we do it.
Thank you so much for your time.